Okay, everybody get a tea, coffee, water, snacks. Get comfortable, and most importantly, do not judge my hair. You know when you have a special event, so one of my best friends is getting married, so I need to have my hair really clean in like 2 days, and I have a head full of extensions, so I'm not just gonna wash my hair now for this, but like, love you so much. And it's not that you're not worth it, but like, this is a safe space, okay? The environment we're creating right now is like tea, cozy bed, cozy chair, me and you. It's just me and you having a D&M. This is a very bittersweet D&M, sweet because I'm having a baby. This is my 3rd time being pregnant and my 3rd baby. I just love making these kind of videos. I love being pregnant. I love bringing a new baby into this world. Like, everything about this is just setting my soul on fire in the best way, but slightly bitter because I truly feel like this is my last pregnancy, which like, honestly, you never know, but like planned wise, I just feel very complete. But I went onto Instagram, I asked you guys to send us a bunch of questions, and this is just gonna be like a life update pregnancy Q&A. Everything you guys want to know is hopefully going to be answered in this video. So let's get started. Okay, how long were you trying to conceive? So for this baby, we got pregnant on the 4th try, so around 4 months. What were your symptoms, and did you know you were pregnant before getting a positive test? I was convinced every single month prior to actually getting a positive pregnancy test that I was pregnant. My pregnancy symptoms are so aligned and so similar to my period symptoms. I get period pains, I'm super hungry, I'm grumpy, I get kind of like a lower back pain. So honestly, no, I didn't have that like overwhelming feeling I was pregnant. If anything, this was the month that I was convinced I got it wrong because I actually ovulated on a completely different day. That's another question, which I'll get to. However, in saying all of this, I did definitely feel implantation pulls and pinches, and I did feel that with my other 2 babies. That was my only telling sign. I was convinced we missed ovulation and missed the window, but when I got that same feeling that I had with my other boys, I had that sense of hope, and it's basically just this, like little pull and pinch that kind of stops you in your tracks a little bit. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, I think it's when the egg is burrowing into the uterus or like into the uterine lining, and it's trying to basically like create the pregnancy that's going to stick. So I did feel that, and then a few days before I actually got my positive pregnancy test, I talk about this in the pregnancy announcement video, I was so emotional, so grumpy. Like, you could just say you could say that my hair was dirty, which it is, and I would have cried. I had a little bit of back pain, like lower dull back pain, a little bit of period pain. I wasn't sleeping well, and I was a bit anxious, and like anxious for no reason. It was like this sense of hormonal anxiety. You know when like you're breathing at the top of your lungs? They were my symptoms, I guess. How are you feeling being a mama of 2 active boys while pregnant? I really enjoy having the 2 kids, being pregnant. Fox completely understands what's going on. I feel really content and complete. Maybe an unpopular opinion, I find 2 kids easier than 1, like a lot easier. But I think it's just my kids' personalities. They complement each other. Like Fox needs a Zen hen. Like Fox needs a Malachi. You know? Are you feeling any different in your body this 3rd time around? I forgot to mention I'm 16 weeks pregnant as I'm filming this video. I feel great at the moment, but I am scared about my pelvis. So I get SPD, which is symphysis pubis dysfunction. I got it around 28 weeks with my pregnancy with Fox. I got it at 20 weeks with Malachi. And at the moment, I don't have any acute signs of it coming right now. And I'm just being really cautious with how I'm working out. I'm currently doing my body and bump program. It's our pregnancy program. I've actually linked it below if you want to have a look at it. It's a 24-week workout program. So with my other 2 boys, I was definitely more intense. I was kind of like training how I used to train when I wasn't pregnant. And that was all well and good, but it just wasn't right for my pelvis, and I ended up doing more damage than good. So I'm taking it a lot easier now. I'm doing a lot more Pilates, body weight stuff, nothing too heavy, nothing too strenuous on my body, and I'm feeling great. In terms of nausea, honestly, a lot of my symptoms were the same. The only difference, I don't have my rash. I'll put a picture here. This is the lovely rash that I get in both of my pregnancies with Fox and Malachi. It is called perioral dermatitis. Prior to getting pregnant, I used to get it seasonally, so I would get it in winter. It also is brought on by severe or like intense hormonal changes like pregnancy. This is the first pregnancy that I haven't got it. I am so relieved. I didn't realize how relieved I would be not getting it, and fingers crossed it stays that way because I am early into my 2nd trimester. It still could definitely rear its ugly head, but I'm so glad that I haven't got it. In terms of nausea, I honestly have the same symptoms. I get sick all day. I just feel sick. I never throw up. I have been over the toilet, like trying to throw up a few times because I feel so sick, but I just never end up actually throwing up. Sorry, TMI. Honestly, pregnancy vlogs are just TMI in general, so like I feel like I don't have to make that disclaimer. I was nauseous from 5 weeks all the way up till around 13 weeks. So now I haven't been sick, or like I haven't really been feeling off for 3 weeks, which has just been such a breath of fresh air. This is my first pregnancy ever that I haven't stopped training. I think it's a combination of, I don't think I'm as nauseous and sick as my other pregnancies. I honestly, like, it has to be that, but also I'm just not going as intense. There's a lot less pressure I'm putting on myself. Sometimes I will just do a little Pilates session in my Pilates room. I'll just go for a walk. Like, I think taking that pressure off myself to have these crazy intense workouts has encouraged me to just maintain that habit of like going to the gym, moving my body, even if I'm just like on the treadmill walking. I actually got this question a lot, which I was really surprised at, but like I really like how much you guys care and how invested we are. But where will the nursery/bedroom be for baby number 3? Will Fox and Moo share a room? So I'm actually going to combine this with the question of a lot of people keep asking, are we moving now that we're expanding our family? This house that we live in at the moment is a 5-bedroom house, so no, we thankfully don't have to move. I have truly no desire to move. I love our house so much, but it's so funny because this upstairs area we hardly use. Like, this is my office and we have another living room upstairs. We have Fox's big boy room, and then we have my Pilates room. So obviously the Pilates room and my office are set to change one day and become the boys' own room, but we live, like, we solely survive downstairs. We are hardly ever up here. The tiniest room of our house, the nursery, the boys want to share that. We've obviously given them the option to move up here and have these big rooms and have Fox's big boy room, but they just love being right next to us. So basically Kurt and I sleep downstairs in like the master bedroom, and then next door is this tiny little nursery that currently has a cot, which is transformed into a toddler bed, and bunk beds. Currently Malachi sleeps in the toddler bed and Fox sleeps in one of the bunk beds. So the plan is when baby is born, the baby will sleep next to me for around like 14 weeks. Honestly, I don't really co-sleep, but like the baby, I have like a co-sleeper bassinet, which like butts up next to my bed. My babies sleep in that for honestly a while. I'm like a very go with the flow kind of newborn mom, so it could be like 14 weeks, 16 weeks, like whatever really. And then by then I think we'll move Fox and Malachi upstairs into Fox's big boy room, and we'll put the bunks up there, and then the baby will move downstairs into the nursery when it's time to transition the baby out of our room. It's nice that you guys care about those kind of questions because I wouldn't even think to ask that. What are some of the best pregnancy safe core exercises you would recommend? Honestly, there's an entire chapter, there's chapters on core canister, ab separation, coning in body and bump. Genuinely, it is such a great resource. Even aside from the workout program and the exercises, the first chunk of the ebook is pure education written by my personal pelvic floor physiotherapist, Charlotte. She's incredible. I collaborated with her to make the program. It has honestly transformed my body and even my recovery with all of my pregnancies, because like I said, I was definitely training too hard with Fox. I didn't feel confident with the ab exercises that I could perform safely, what was going to be safe for my body, safe for my baby. So honestly, I just highly recommend having a look at that, because the entire program does incorporate your core, but in a safe way that is going to ensure you're not coning or damaging your abs. So it's linked below. How did you track ovulation? So I used the Flow app, and it was pretty accurate because I know when I ovulate by my symptoms. Like I said, I'm a very sensitive gal. I'm very symptomatic. TMI warning. Do we really need that? Probably not. My ovulation symptoms are increased discharge, extra hungry, libido goes slightly up, honestly, depending how tired I am, and I feel a little bit hotter sometimes. And I also feel it. Like I feel like I'm ovulating. I can like kind of feel something happening. The month that we actually ended up getting pregnant, I ovulated early. For some reason, I randomly bought the ovulation strips because I used them to get pregnant with Malachi. So basically you can pee on them and it tells you if you're ovulating or not, or like if you're coming up close to ovulation. I was supposed to ovulate in like 7 days, but I was having my symptoms. I was like, this is really weird. I'm not supposed to ovulate for 7 days. My discharges changed. I feel these kind of period pains, like something's happening. So I went out and I bought the ovulation strips. I peed on it and it said ovulating. Like it didn't even say soon to ovulate, it was like ovulating. So I'm pretty sure we tried that night and then I tested the next day and it said I wasn't ovulating. So I just wasn't sure if I had gotten like a faulty stick or I had missed ovulation. I don't know. I was like, this is so weird. Like usually I ovulate on the dot in that 7-day time. I was just really confused. I was like, why did I ovulate so early this month? But anyway, I have no idea. We ended up getting pregnant. If you're trying to conceive, which I'm sure you're already doing this, be really in tune with your symptoms, because even though my app said I was going to ovulate in 7 days time, I knew my body and I was like, these symptoms are giving ovulation. And they were. And to the most popular question that was asked, honestly, every second question was this: are you going to find out the gender of this baby? Or do you know the gender of this baby? Yes, we were able to find out the gender of our baby around like 12, 13 weeks. We did the NIPT test, and I do have a video of that. I just need to get around to posting it and announcing the gender of our baby. But it was really funny and random how it like came out. Our friends got involved and it just became really spontaneous and we were really impatient. Anyway, that video is coming, so yes, we know the gender of our baby. And you will soon, I swear. Did you try and sway the gender in favor of a girl? Honestly, no. Before we conceived this baby, when I was praying about it, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace that whatever we get is meant for our family, and I truly believe that. I just am praying for a healthy pregnancy, a healthy baby. After Malachi and everything that happened with that pregnancy, I truly just want a healthy baby and to like fly under the radar with this pregnancy, because with both previous pregnancies, I've had different issues arise that have made me high risk, or I've had extra care and extra scans, and I just really want a healthy baby, and whatever we're meant to have, we are going to have in this family, and we're going to love our baby whether it's a girl or a boy. So no, we didn't try to sway it, and I honestly feel like we got what we're meant to have. Is there anything you'll be doing differently this time? Aside from, like I said before, my training is, I think, more in tune with pregnancy, and I'm just taking a lot of pressure off myself. My workload, like I said, I'm taking the pressure off myself. Last year, I did a lot of personal work in terms of wiping things off my schedule and my calendar and my to-do list that weren't serving me, making me happy, serving my family, and I've just simplified my to-do list in terms of work and like not stretching myself too thin. So I just feel a much better sense of work-life balance at the moment, and I'm just really content at home with my boys. Are you too happy with 3 kids or do you want more? Kurt has banned me. Kurt's honestly not gonna touch me after I give birth, I swear. He's like, 3 kids, that's it. He always wanted 3 kids, and when we had Malachi, he basically said he could stop and be happy. He's like, I'm so content with the 2 boys. And there was one day, like I've always wanted 3 kids or more, but I'm good at 3. There was one day, I think the boys were just being really chaotic and tough, and I said to Kurt, maybe I am done at 2. And he sat me down and he was like, no, Sarah, I'm done at 2, you're not done at 2. So we're gonna have a 3rd, because when you're 45, you're gonna ask me to impregnate you with another baby. He's so right. He is so right. In my moment of overstimulation and thinking, maybe I'm done with 2 crazy boys, he was like, no, we're gonna have a 3rd because that's what your soul wants. And it's so true. And I was really scared, or like not scared, I was like concerned. Would I ever have that sense of completion? And who knows, like this could totally change. But truly, as soon as I fell pregnant with this baby, it was like this weight off my shoulders, and I feel this sense of completion. I feel like this baby is that missing piece of our puzzle, and our puzzle is complete. When I say this is our last baby, this is just us right now. I think this is Kurt forever. In our plan of our family and our life, we've said 3 kids. I feel really complete. I feel really content. But at the end of the day, it's in God's hands. If he wants us to have more kids, like I am just a vessel. I'm a blank canvas. I'm here to do his work, but I really feel complete with 3. Would you consider a home birth? I totally get this question because I feel like I give home birth vibes, and prior to giving birth to Fox, I would have said yes. But both of my labors, I have received intervention, and no. I really like the hospital. I feel really calm at the hospital. I love my midwives. I do MGP, which is midwife group practice. So you basically have the same midwife for all of your appointments and then hopefully your labor as well. Yeah, I feel great at hospital, and both of my pregnancies I've ended up having to get an epidural. One was an episiotomy. Malachi came out blue and wasn't breathing. So I always need some kind of intervention or like escalation. And then Malachi went into the neonatal unit. So I feel safe at the hospital. My older sister's having a home birth though, so you should hit her up. What are your baby/postpartum product must-haves? If you guys want to know that, I feel like this deserves its own video. I did a video like this when I was pregnant with Malachi, but I feel like now since having Malachi, I have new products that I loved, like ride or dies. If you want to know my favorite postpartum products, postpartum tips, it is an emotional roller coaster. So if you want that kind of video, comment below and I'll definitely film that because it's my last pregnancy, guys. These are my favorite videos to make, like chatty videos all around, I love, but like chatty videos about pregnancy, I'm really gonna miss this. I really am gonna miss this. How did you hide it from us? You still look like you've got abs in every photo. It honestly wasn't very difficult. I truly thought I was going to blow up like a balloon. Just everyone says your third pregnancy is a wild card. Do you want me to show you my bump? It's obviously quite small. I'm 16 weeks. That's the baby. But I'm at that point in pregnancy where every day my bump ebbs and flows. Like it depends on what I've eaten, sodium, water, sleep. It's not like when you're 30 weeks and it's all baby. It ebbs and flows. Like sometimes it's really big, sometimes it's flat. I didn't really start showing until like 13, 14 weeks. But yeah, by the time I announced, I only really had to hide it for 2 weeks. And if I faced front on, you can't tell. How are you prepping Malachi for this new baby? He's my concern. Just a little synopsis of my children. Fox, extroverted to the bone. Like he recharges from seeing people. He is a social butterfly. He's the star of the show, class clown, wants to make people laugh. Like he walks into a room and lights it up. And so he was ecstatic to have Malachi. We were a little bit concerned just because he's like intense. He's like he's an intense human in the best way, but he lapped up Malachi and just took him under his wing, and he gets sad going to preschool because he misses Malachi so much. Like they are two peas in a pod. However, Mr. Malachi, he is pretty much the opposite to Fox in every single way. He's an introvert. He recharges alone. He doesn't necessarily like other kids very much. He likes to draw. He likes to do puzzles. Like Fox would never be caught dead doing a puzzle. Like not for him. He's like outside rolling in the mud. Like they're just so different. So I keep telling him there's a baby in my belly and he's adamant. No baby. No baby. No. So like he's gonna have to come around eventually. I'll do more of the work when it gets closer because honestly, a week in a 2-year-old's life is like a year. It's a waste of my time right now prepping him too much. He knows there's a baby in mummy's tummy, but like I think a lot of my big brother prep will happen in the final weeks, and I'm like, you're just gonna have to embrace it. Have a little baby coming and there's nothing you can do about it. Will you vlog giving birth again? 100% yes. My birth vlogs are my favorite pieces of content I've ever captured for me. Love that you guys get to see it. I love getting to share this, but having that video for me and my boys and like me and Kurt, I cannot recommend filming your birth enough. Even if you don't have a YouTube channel and you're not posting it for anyone, I say to all my friends, film your birth. It's an out of body experience. Like you remember half of it. So just filming it and having it documented is just the most amazing memory. So yes, I have full intentions of filming this birth, but like you never know what's gonna happen. And sometimes the hospital gets a bit weird. They like don't let you film if there's instruments involved or if you're having an augmented labor, like basically if they have to get involved and use like forceps or vacuums and all that kind of stuff. Let's pray that I have an amazing, natural, pain-free labor and birth at the hospital. I have intentions of filming it, but you know, I'll just have to hide the camera in the corner or something. Okay, I feel like I've been talking forever, so let's just pick some good ones and wrap this baby up. And if you guys want more, like I said, it's my last rodeo. Give me all the questions. I have all the time in the world. I like this one. Do you do anything to prevent stretch marks with each pregnancy? Just from my research, so much to do with stretch marks has to do with your genetics. I say this lightly. I don't want to like make anyone anxious or like doomsday anybody, but in saying that, I am vigilant in everything I can do internally and externally to not get stretch marks. There is nothing wrong with stretch marks if you have them. I love this whole like tiger stripe trend that's going on about owning your stripes, and it's a sign of being a warrior and giving birth and creating these amazing babies. I completely agree with that. But if I can avoid getting them, honestly, I'm going to avoid getting them. So I definitely try to have lots of collagen in my diet. I have lots of healthy fats. I stay hydrated. Easier said than done. I absolutely hate water. Like when I'm not pregnant, water, fine. Easy, 3 liters a day. When I'm pregnant, water is disgusting. vibing. Even now in my second trimester, like me and water, we're just not friends. So I'm using a lot of those water sachets, and then every night after my shower, I moisturize and then I put a belly oil on pretty much every night. But like if you miss a night, you miss a night. Oh my gosh. Does this mean I can do baby names I love but won't be using? Because if this is my last pregnancy, like my baby name list is insane. The question is, do you already have boy and girl names picked for this baby? And the answer is kind of. I have like a group of favorite boy names and a group of favorite girl names. We don't know it yet. We don't know the name. We've been like chatting about it, but nothing serious. I'm just praying it comes to me like in a dream or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the name of our baby. I would love that. I have a genre of names that I'm vibing, but nothing set in stone yet. Okay, last but not least, are you nervous to have 3 kids? Nervous? No. Honestly, I'm a pretty go with the flow, chill kind of person. But I'm not gonna lie, definitely on the days where both of my sons are having breakdowns at the same time and I'm like trying to navigate 2 big emotions, I definitely have that internal thought and weight of like, how the heck am I gonna bring a newborn into this? But I just have this naive concept that the baby is just gonna be wrapped on me in a pouch for the first couple of months. I don't wanna like fearmonger myself and like stress out about it because it's happening. We're having 3 kids and I think the gaps of my kids are great. I say this to all my friends. Fox and Malachi have a 3-year gap, which was so necessary for us and Fox's personality. If I had a Malachi first, different story. Like I could have had a baby now with Malachi. Malachi's a lot more chill. So Fox was basically 3 when we had Malachi, and then this baby will come and Malachi will be 2.5. So I think those gaps, it's like the boys are old enough to know what's going on. Malachi's nearly toilet trained. He's just copying his brother. So I think the second child is easier in that sense. They like copy the first. And I will say I am very lucky. Fox is very socially advanced. Like he understands the world, understands what's going on, and understands my emotions. So no, I'm not nervous, but I don't think it's gonna be a breeze. Like I don't think it's gonna be easy all the time, but like it is what it is. Okay, I really need to stop because I feel like this video has gone for like 20 hours. But like I said, the bittersweet fact that this is my last pregnancy, I genuinely mean this. Any videos you want in terms of pregnancy, babies, newborn essentials, please comment them below. Chuck them on my Instagram. However you want to contact me, let me know what kind of videos you want because I would love to create that for you. This is my last hurrah, my last time to create my favorite form, my favorite genre of videos. I'm here for you, is basically what I'm saying. So whatever you want to hear, I can create for you. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I answered everything. Like I said, I'm 16 weeks. I'm feeling good. You'll find out the gender soon. That's the main stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you next week. Bye.